Hey everybody, it's Barbara Cape, president of SEIU-West, and we're going into this weekend, and I just want to wish all of you out there a very happy Mother's Day. Um, whether you have kids, whether you're an auntie to kids, whether you're different couples, different housing and family relationships, that doesn't matter. Just happy Mother's Day. You deserve a great day. So this week we've seen a whole bunch of information coming out of the SHA and from the Ministry of Health. One is the level 90 plan for visitation in long-term care, and that's already up and running. There's a list that we'll be putting up on our COVID-19 page of the eligible long-term care facilities, and that list is dynamic. It's subject to change. And so we also heard about the Premier's plan to reopen Saskatchewan, and I think this is number 2 or number 3 that I've seen. With those 2 plans, we're keeping an eye on what that looks like in terms of staff safety, in terms of how are these things enforced? How do we make sure that everybody has an opportunity to get a vaccination? I mean, healthcare workers, group home workers, education workers, we've really been struggling to get this group of essential workers prioritized. And so I think that's another piece of information that we're following up on with both the SHA and with the government of Saskatchewan. But as you look through those plans, the level 90 plan for visitation in long-term care, but also the Reopen Saskatchewan plan, take a look at those. And if you have questions, send them to us through the Member Resource Center or through the Contact Us link on our website. And we'll follow up on those and we'll get you some answers, and we'll post those on the website so that we can make sure that your questions are answered. Next week is Nursing Week, and so we are celebrating with bells on for all of our members who are part of the nursing team. We are going to continue to work with our partners, CUPE and SGU, in raising awareness about staffing issues for our continuing care aides, the need for recruitment and retention, and following up on the promise from government to hire 300 more CCAs. But we also want to raise the roof around the incredible skill and professionalism that our licensed practical nurses bring to the nursing team. And it's the last I checked, it was a 2-year program, but it is the most intensive 2-year education and training program for a licensed practical nurse. And then that sets them up for lifelong learning. So it's not just 2 years and done, it is ongoing, and they keep their skills and their ethics and their training and their professionalism at optimum peak year over year. So I think it's really good for us to take a moment and just tip a hat to the members of our nursing team and thank them for their incredible compassion and skill that they've brought to the table during this pandemic. May 10th is Youth Worker Day. So if you know a youth worker or you work with a new youth worker, take some time to recognize them. If we're serious about, succession planning and recruitment and retention of, young workers to take our place as we step into retirement, we also need to recognize that they bring a lot more to the table than their youthfulness and their energy. They bring new ideas. They bring an incredible amount of ingenuity and knowledge, and they're able to share that in a way that makes us stronger together. And May 13th is Early Childhood Educator Appreciation Day. And for all of those staff who bring up our kids with us in daycares all across this province, they are some serious unsung heroes. And, I know that my son benefited greatly from having some incredible childhood educators who helped him and me be a better parent. So yeah, I tip my hat to those early childhood educators out there, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart. And finally, this week was Occupational Health and Safety and Mental Health Week. and we've had some wonderful moments to talk with members and talk about, sort of how do we move out of this crisis mode that we've been in for over a year in dealing with the pandemic, and what are the long-term impacts that we're going to see, in the next 6 months, the next 12 months, the next 18 months. And so I will say again, like I said last week, make sure that if you are feeling that you're struggling mentally, if you need a hand to help you make it through, there's no shame in admitting that. It's the strength that you're showing by asking for help. And we have employee family assistance programs and supports available on our website and in your workplace. Take advantage of them. They are a lifesaver. They're an absolute lifesaver. And as part of that celebration, on May 1st, we had a bridge banner drop in Swift Current, Moose Jaw, and Saskatoon. And the message was respect us, protect us, and pay us. And that means for healthcare workers, that means for education workers, that means for group home and addiction workers, that means for retirement home and municipal workers all across the province. Essential workers have been keeping it going from day one, and they should be respected, they should be protected, and they should be paid fairly. So have yourself a good weekend. I don't know if it's going to be a great weekend, if it's going to be sunny or rainy, but get outside and enjoy some fresh air. You guys deserve it. Thanks very much, everybody. Take care.